Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Peter, a lifelong language learner who used to think that living in a non-English environment meant I'd never become fluent. But guess what? I was wrong. Very wrong. Today, I want to show you from my own journey that your environment doesn't control your fluency. Your mindset does. And I'll show you exactly how to build an English-speaking mindset, even if everyone around you speaks your native language. Let's dive in. When I first decided to get serious about English, I lived in a small town in Kenya. Most people around me spoke Swahili, or my local language. English. That was for school exams, not real conversations. I used to think, if only I lived in the US or UK, I'd speak English fluently. That mindset kept me stuck. I was waiting for the right environment instead of creating one. Then I learned something powerful from Dr. Stephen Krashen's theory of language acquisition. It's not about where you are, it's about what you're exposed to. So I made a choice. I would surround myself with English in every way I could. I created what I call an English bubble, a daily environment filled with English input, even though I was surrounded by non-English speakers. Here's how I did it. I changed my phone language to English. I started listening to English podcasts while brushing my teeth. I followed English-speaking creators on YouTube. I wrote my thoughts in an English journal every night. Slowly, English stopped being just a subject. It became the language of my thoughts. Neuroscientists like Dr. Barbara Oakley have shown that repetition plus emotional connection create long-term memories. So, the more I linked English to my daily life and my emotions, the deeper it stuck. Most learners wait for a conversation to practice speaking. But here's a truth I learned. Speaking starts before you open your mouth. I began to think in English throughout the day. When I looked at a cup, I'd say, "This is my favorite cup." When I walked outside, "The weather is sunny. The sky is clear." I wasn't performing. I was training my brain to think in English. According to cognitive psychology, your brain forms habits by repetition in context. Thinking in English, even silently, wires your brain for fluency. I wasn't waiting for native speakers. I became my own speaking partner. One thing that changed everything. I stopped treating English like homework and started treating it like a friend. I watched romantic movies, listened to emotional speeches, read books that made me cry, all in English. Why? Because emotion equals memory. When you feel something, your brain pays attention. I still remember lines from a motivational video that helped me during a hard time, and they're in English. The more emotionally attached you are to English, the more your brain welcomes it. So let's make this practical. Here are 5 daily habits I followed, and you can start them today. Morning English affirmations. Start your day by saying, "I'm becoming more fluent every day." The 3-sentence rule. Speak or write 3 sentences about your day in English every night. One English voice. Pick one English podcast or YouTuber and listen every day, even for 5 minutes. Silent shadowing. Repeat what you hear in your mind while watching videos. English environment audit. Remove one non-English habit and replace it with an English one. None of these require native speakers. They just require consistency. So here's the truth. You don't need to live in London or New York to think and speak like someone who does. Your mindset, the way you build habits, the way you treat English, that's the real environment. I'm not a genius. I didn't have native speaking parents. I just created a system that worked with my brain, not against it. And you can too. If this video inspired you, give it a like, subscribe for more, and share your biggest takeaway in the comments. What's one habit you'll start today to build your English-speaking mindset? Until next time, speak slowly, speak proudly, and keep building the life you dream of in English.